Good day everyone, my name is Karen Lorenzo and today I will be discussing about the determination of allowable cut. The determination of allowable cut refers to the maximum volume of timber that can be sustainably harvested from a forest area over a specified period. Ibig sabihin, tinutukoy nito kung paano malalaman or kung gaano karami ng kahoy ang pwedeng i-harvest o kunin mula sa forest over a specified period. In other words, limit lang. Limitado lang yung pagputol ng mga puno para ma-ensure na yung forest ay mananatiling healthy and sustainable. And we have the cutting schedule. Cutting schedules are detailed lists of logging activities derived from the allowable cut determination. The annual cutting budget and the area scheduled for yearly cutting correspond directly to the total allowable cut. So, ang cutting schedule ay para siyang detailed plans na nagsasabi kung kailan gagawin or kailan mangyayari ang pagputol ng mga kahoy. And they create based on something called allowable cut, which is ito yung dami ng kahoy na pwede mong i-harvest mula sa forest without causing damage to the environment. And also, when we talk about the annual cutting budget, and ginamin dito is pera, money, na nakalaan para sa mga activity sa pagpuputol ng mga kahoy sa loob ng taon. Kasama sa mga budget na ito ay yung mga gastos tulad ng pasahod sa mga workers, mga equipment na gagamitin, and yung transportation ng kahoy. And generalized annual cutting schedule factors. So, ito yung mga pangkalahatang plano na naglalaman ng key factors na dapat sundin sa pagpuputol ng kahoy over the year. Harvestable age of timber. The age when timber is ready for harvest. Dito is importante na antayin natin na lumaki and mag-mature enough yung trees bago i-harvest para masigurado na fully developed and sapat yung kanyang size and yung kanyang quality para sa pagputol. And we have the species of timber. Types of timber available for cutting. Dito is tinutukoy yung different kind of trees na pwedeng putulin in a particular areas. Nakakatulong ito in planning kung anong puno ang i-harvest and based sa kanilang halaga and the need of the market kapag alam mo yung species of timber na puputulin. And we have distance and accessibility. Location, access routes, and size of the area. Dito, kailangan i-consider kung gaano kalayo ang lugar or area na kung saan nakatanim ang mga puno mula sa mga kalsada or iba pang mga route of transportation. And tinitingnan din dito kung gaano kadali ma-access ang lugar para sa pag-harvest, and also mahalaga din ang laki ng area dahil ang malaking area requires more planning and forest resources. And we have the peace and order situation. Security and stability of cutting site. Dito, tinutukoy yung kapayapaan and stability. Ito is importante yung i-check kung okay ba yung location and ng pag-harvest ng puno ng mga workers, and stable environment ay mahalaga para sa seguridad na yung process of cutting ng timber ay maaaring magpatuloy ng maayos at hindi naaabala. And we have the area and volume control. Area and volume control is a critical method used in sustainable forest management to determine the allowable cut, which is the maximum amount of timber that can be harvested without harming the forest's ability to regenerate. This method ensures logging activities are conducted responsibly, balancing economic needs and ecological health. Area and volume control, isa ito sa mga importanteng paraan kung paano natin alagaan ang forest, and tinutulungan nito na malaman kung gaano karaming puno ang pwedeng putulin nang sa ganun hindi nasisira yung kakayahan ng forest na mag-regrow. So basically, sinusigurado nito na ang pagputol ng kahoy ay ginagawa ng maayos or tama. And also, nagbabalance ito ng pangailangan sa mga timber and sa health ng forest. And we have the key components of this method include inventory assessment. Measures tree species, sizes, and timber volume in the forest and basis of estimating the volume of the harvestable timber and allows for informed decisions on how much timber can cut safely. Ang inventory assessment para siyang pagbilang at pag-identified ng mga puno and kung gaano karami or kung gaano kalaki at kung anong kondisyon nila. And having an accurate information ay importante para sa pagbuo ng decision in regenerate timber harvesting and nagreresulta ito ng more effective resource management and environmental sustainability. And we have the sustainable yield calculation. So, calculates the annual timber of volume to harvest without depleting resources. Ibig sabihin, it involves determining the amount of timber na pwedeng i-harvest bawat taon without depleting nang hindi naubos yung forest resources. And also, we have the consider tree growth rates, natural mortality, regeneration ability. And in calculation in sustainable yield of ay dapat i-consider yung iba't ibang factors including tree growth rates, natural mortality, and yung kakayahan ng forest na mag-regenerate. And we have the last one is helps maintain a balance between harvest and forest health. So, ang ultimate goal ng sustainable yield calculation is to maintain yung balance between timber harvesting and yung overall health ng forest. And we have the monitoring and adaptive management. So, monitors after forest regeneration after harvesting. Ito yung regular na pagsusuri ng forest growth pagkatapos ng harvesting, and dito malalaman whether the ecosystem is recovering and yung harvesting is sustainable ba. And responsive adjustment in harvest plans based on new data. So dito, based sa collected data, manager can be modify their harvesting plan. Pwede nilang baguhin ang kanilang mga plans in harvesting if kung meron issue sa pag-regenerate or pagbabago ng species or yung pagbaba ng species, ay pwedeng i-adjust yung mga strategies para mas madaling ma-address yung kanilang concern. And the sustainable forest management despite in changing conditions. Dito is kailangan natin ma-maintain yung sustainable forest management despite sa pagbabago ng conditions, and this way continuous assessment and adaptations. The health and productivity of the forest ecosystem can be ensured. And we have the modern approach to forest regulation. So, ibig sabihin, modern approach provides tools and models to guide forest managers in making informed decisions that balance ecological health with economic viability. And we have the key features of modern approach. So, we have transform objectives into an objective function. Uses decision variables affected by biophysical and economic constraints, and example of this is growth and yield market demand. Ang modern approach to forest regulation ay gumagamit ng system approach kung saan ang mga layunin ng pamamahala ay inilipat or itinranslate into clear objective function. And ang function na ito yung nag-uugnay sa mga economic criteria, sa mga decisions variables such as the amount of timber harvest and cutting schedule, which are influenced by biophysical and economic constraints. Halimbawa nito ay ang pag-analyze ng growth and yield and market demand, which helps managers for sustainable harvesting dahil ang aim ng approach na ito ay ang paglutas sa komplikadong operations by utilizing models that provides guidance to manager. Curtis model is nakafocus sa pag-determine ng pinakamainam na schedule na nagpapatupad ng muling pag-regenerate ng forest to maintain sustainability.